What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Arrival Entertainment, and today we're going to be talking about Ambulance, the new movie from director Michael Bay. Ambulance is the new heist film that stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Asa Gonzalez, and is directed by Michael Bay. And after a bank robbery, two of the bank robbers abduct this EMT worker inside of the ambulance that she's driving in while they try to figure out how to get out of their situation. And it's a Michael Bay movie. So really, that should tell you all you need to know about this movie. When it comes to Michael Bay, I'm not really that big a fan of him as a director. There's movies that he's made that I enjoy. I like his movie The Island, I enjoy the first Bad Boys movie, and he's made some classics like The Rock. So there are movies of his that I do enjoy, but generally, the rest of his movies, from what I've seen at least, not really that big of a fan of. I'm not a fan of his directing style. He's become one of those directors where as soon as you see his name as a director in the title, then you know exactly what you're going to get in the movie. And judging by the trailer, I thought this movie was going to be pretty bad. I went in with low expectations because I didn't like how the trailer looked, and I knew it was a Michael Bay movie. So I went in with low expectations. And I gotta say, even though this movie is cluttered with Michael Bay-isms, I think Ambulance is one of his more enjoyable movies. I had a surprisingly good time with this film. Is it a great movie? No. Like I said, there's a lot of Michael Bay-isms in this movie that, for me personally, it brought the film down quite a bit. But let's start about what I liked about the movie first. Something that I absolutely love in this movie are the characters and the cast that they got to play these characters. They're all fantastic. Everyone in the film kills it with their performance, but the three main leads, Jake Gyllenhaal, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, and Asa Gonzalez, I believe that's how you say her name. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your names incorrectly. Their characters are the main focus of this movie, and honestly, their performances alone are enough for me to watch this movie again. Especially Asa Gonzalez. I knew Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II were going to be good in the movie because I've seen them do good in other movies before, so I wasn't worried about them. But when I saw the trailers, and I saw Asa Gonzalez in the movie, I immediately said to myself, yep, there's the hot girl in a Michael Bay movie that's just there to be the hot girl. He does it in a lot of his movies. But I was absolutely wrong. She is probably my favorite character in this movie. They give her a lot to do. They focus a lot on her. We get to know her. She's an actual character in this movie. Like I said, I went in just thinking to myself, she's probably just going to be the hot girl that kind of looks like Megan Fox in a Michael Bay movie. And it was not like that at all. I was so happy to see that. I really liked her character. And by the end of the movie, they gave her an arc. And I really liked it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Jake Gyllenhaal. He's my favorite actor working today. And the fact that I left this movie saying to myself, no, Asa Gonzalez's character is my favorite character in this movie. That is huge props, because for me, it takes a lot to top Jake Gyllenhaal whenever you see him in a movie. And I like the intensity and urgency in this movie. It is all up to a level 10, and they really do utilize that R rating. There are some graphic stuff in this movie. One scene in particular that I'm not going to go into too much detail about, but the cop that's injured, that's in this ambulance with our characters, Asa Gonzalez has to perform some sort of surgery on him, and that's all I'm going to say about it. We saw it in the trailer, so we kind of expected it was going to be some sort of surgery. But I honestly could not watch that scene. That was a rough scene to watch, and I was by myself in the theater, so it wasn't weird looking away from the screen and, someone being right next to me or something like that. But like I said earlier, there are so many Michael Bay-isms in this movie. Some of it was very distracting, and some of it I didn't mind all that much. Let's of course start with the ones that distracted me, and I'm here again. I feel like I'm never gonna stop talking about this, but I'll ask again, like I ask in every single movie where this pops up, why are people still using shaky cam? I feel like I'm never gonna get an answer to this, so I don't know why I keep asking, but I have to bring it up every time it's brought up because I dislike it so much. I mean, even a simple scene where two characters are talking, the camera is shaking around, and I'm just like, I get you want to build intensity, and that's why people use shaky cam. I wish they would stop, but I do know that's the reason why. But a simple scene where two characters are talking, You don't have to handheld the camera to the point where it wobbles and shakes and you give your audience a headache. You can lock the camera down. It's okay to lock the camera down every now and then. And I would say 95% of the movie, the camera's shaking or wobbling around, and it hurt my eyes after a while. Also, there's a weird panning thing that the camera does a few times throughout the movie, and the first couple times it didn't bother me all that much, but then it really started to get on my nerves as I kept doing it. And the best I can describe it is the camera would be on a high structure, and then it would start panning forward, and then it would drop down and then pan forward on the landscape that it's focusing on. There were even a few moments where the camera would go and then it would spin around while it's going down, and then it would drop, and then you would see the landscape, and I'm like, what was that all about? It was really distracting after a while, and I know it's Michael Bay or the cinematographer, whoever it was, wanting to be stylistic, wanting to stand out a little bit, and that's fine, but it just didn't work. And of course, we get the explosions with the fireworks coming out of it. I don't know why he does that. I mean, just have an explosion be an explosion. Why are there fireworks sparks coming out of the explosion? It makes no sense. However, there weren't as many as I thought there would. In fact, a large portion of the movie, I was like, wow, I haven't seen a single explosion yet. And then soon after it, I saw the first one. I was like, there it is. Then it happened more time, and I was like, yep, there's those sparks that make no sense. I don't know why he puts it in the movie, but they're there. There are also a couple editing choices that I didn't really get all that much. Two of them I'm going to mention. The first one I thought was pretty funny. The second one I didn't really get all that much. The first one is Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. They're listening to this song, Sailing by Christopher Cross, to kind of calm themselves down so they can like clear their minds while they're going through this chase. So they start singing along, and then the camera cuts to Eiza Gonzalez just looking at him, and the music stops, and it's just the two of them singing along really badly. I thought that was pretty funny. That actually got a laugh out of me. But the second one I didn't really get. We're going through this chase, and then the film just stops, and we're focusing on this one character in a couples counseling meeting with his husband. And then we find out that he got a promotion in the FBI. So I get why that scene was there. It was there because this guy, the FBI agent, he's going to be involved with the action. But why did it abruptly cut to the couple counseling with his husband? It just felt really weird. I felt like you could have put that scene in the beginning of the movie when we're doing all of our setup, switch around a few things here and there, and it would have worked out just fine. But instead, it's weirdly placed into the movie during the action. So like I said, there are some Michael Bay-isms in this movie that if you're a fan of, it's not going to bother you all that much. But if it does bother you, for me at least, because it does bother me, I was surprised that not as much bothered me. I know I mentioned a lot of things that I really didn't like about the movie, but for some reason, I left the movie saying to myself, that was enjoyable. Yes, it's got a lot of things in it that I didn't like, but for some reason, I really enjoyed it. I love the characters in this movie. All the actors do a phenomenal job. They're the ones that are going to bring me back to this movie in the future. I love the intensity of this movie, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of how the action is filmed. I'm not a fan of some of the editing choices that went on in the movie, some of the camera movements. The film does feel a little too long. I feel like a half hour could have been shaved off the movie. So when I really look at it, the movie is more of a mixed bag. But like I said, there's just something, and I don't know why. Maybe it is just the characters, but there's just something in this movie where I said to myself, I should hate this movie because of all the filmmaking aspects that I didn't like. But I really enjoyed it. And because of that, I'm not going to give this movie my personal rating because I don't quite know where to place it. It's not quite on the high level of a Blu-ray purchase for people for me to recommend it that much. But saying just wait for the Redbox, I feel is a little too harsh. So I'm just going to give it a grade. I'm going to give this movie a solid B. I did really enjoy the movie, and I feel like most people are going to enjoy this movie. Yeah, this one just hit me weird. It's really weird. Like I should dislike this movie, but I didn't. I really enjoyed it, and I weirdly do recommend seeing it. If you want to go to the theater to see it, then I can't blame you, but if you don't, I can't blame you either. This movie hit me weird, and I'm just now realizing this while filming. I don't know. know that feels like an anticlimactic way to end this video, but that's all I got. So guys, that's my review for Ambulance. Like always, if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. And just like always, guys, thank you again for watching. I'm going to be seeing Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore this weekend, and then I'm going to do a couple more Harry Potter videos and a surprise Spider-Man video I got planned. So look forward to all that coming very soon. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe right here if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, take care.